Yeah, Mafia Magazine Radio.
Yeah, this is Lamont Pete.
Hey, what's going on, Lamar? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. Hold on for a second. Let me set you up real quick, all right?
Yeah, sure.
For all my listeners out there, man, I get the opportunity to sit down with an extraordinary force in the game today. And this cat is an executive producer and also a casting director. And we're going to sit down with Lamont Pete for a little bit. And he's going to let us know, man, what it takes for him to do the things that he does. So, Lamont, baby, how the industry treating you these days, yo?
Oh man, it's definitely a daily grind. I'm sitting here out in LA, sitting in like traffic on a Sunday.
Well, say
Sunday.
we try to make it easy for you to call in. You know what I mean? So,
Um,
let's get this cracking really quick, man. Let everybody know, man, where you originally from and how long you actually been doing the things you've been doing.
well, I'm actually originally from San Diego, California, but I lived in Atlanta for such a long time. Like mostly my adult life, I lived in Atlanta, so it's kind of weird that even though I'm originally from California, I feel more like an AT alien more than anything. You know what I mean? So I moved back to LA back in 1998. So I got a love for the other side of the coast.
No
You know what I'm
doubt,
saying?
no doubt. And you've been in the game for a little while, man. I mean, you got a lot of projects up under your belt. You know what I'm saying? And with the Nick.
It's so weird. You know what? It's like time goes by so fast, and then once you look back, you realize, that you laid a lot of groundwork. You don't really realize it because every show that you work on is, you're sitting in a cubicle with, four walls around you, and you just, you don't realize the impact that you're making out to the rest of the world because, you're just steadily doing what you do. You know what I mean?
No doubt. And for those that don't know, for those of the listeners that is out there, man, you know what I'm saying? Lamont has had involvement with Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out, you know what I'm saying? Monday Morning, The Real World, Blind Date, The Simple Life, Sunday's Best. I mean, I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the opportunity to have your hands in a whole lot of different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I started in reality. So, my first show was Blind Date. So when reality television first got started, I was one of the very first casting people working. And once MTV really got involved in it, they brought me in. I was actually the first black casting director over at MTV.
Right.
So it just kind of happened like that. I mean, I can't tell you like I went to school for casting or television. I mean, I did go to college, but it wasn't for this, and I'm doing completely the opposite of what I went to college for.
Because that was actually going to be my next question. How did you actually kind of fall into the field that you actually in? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know sometimes you be in certain places and different things happen, but just give us a little
Yeah.
backdrop on exactly how you actually fell into the field that you're in.
There is actually a story that goes along with that. So when I got to LA, I was sleeping on my brother's couch, and at the time, my brother was trying to get into acting.
Okay.
So there's this place that actors go to in LA to get extra work until they become like SAG eligible. It's called Central Casting. And so everyone goes to this place when they come to town. They register, and then you get work just being behind the scenes. So I said, fine, I can do that.
Right.
So I go with my brother. And there's a long line outside of everyone trying to register for this company, and it just so happens that there was someone that was standing outside looking for potential contestants for this dating show that's coming on television. And so I'm watching these guys, and I'm sitting there like I approached one of the girls that was doing it. I said, "Listen, what is it that you're doing here?" She's like, "Well, I'm casting. I'm looking for people for the show." I'm like, "So there's a job for that?" Yeah. I said, "Well, what do you need to do in order to have this kind of job?" She says, "Well, you just have to be able to, approach people and, go out to clubs and parties and bring people back in." I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, how much does something like that pay?" She's like, "Oh, about $600 a week." I was like, "What?" I said, "Listen, I can find anybody you want whenever you want them." And like I said, it was new, and there was still a lot of opportunity. So she told me to come and meet up with her boss,
Right.
And so I met her boss, and her boss had told me that they're doing this show, this new show called Blind Date, and that they need contestants for it, but they didn't have any positions available. However, I could do what they call day playing, which what that means is you go out in the field and you look for people, and if they make it on the show, they pay you $20
Oh, okay.
for the people that make it on the show.
Right.
And so I was like, cool, no problem, I'll do that. I don't care. So I went out and I came back with over 250 people.
Yeah, you just get your money in.
And we're all in, I literally like I came back like that next week, and I had more people show up for me than for the people that were on staff. Immediately they were like, you got the job, you're working with us now. And from that point, Blind Date became a big success. And on another new show called Business Show.
Right.
And it just kind of like kept going one after the next, and before I knew it, I did about 40 reality shows. So that's just kind of like how it happened.
And it sounds like, you know what I'm saying, you was fit for that job. Sometimes you get blessed in life about different things, you know what I mean? And that's a whole nother subject with you in itself, because I did some research on you, and you got a whole different outlook on religion, but we're going to get into that another time. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. You really done your research.
Yeah, we get it in around here on Mafia Live, baby, no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying? So tell me, how did the LP communication thing come all about? And then, down the line we're gonna talk a little bit about a Aaliyah thing. But right now I want you to tell me how your communication business started off, and how you put that together, and all that it took to put that together.
Well, you know what? After doing casting for a long time, I was really interested in doing producing.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard, when people know you as one thing.
Right.
It's real hard to get a job in another whole different type of field. And so I kind of felt like, well, if I can't get anyone to hire me to produce, well, I'm just going to create my own situation.
No doubt.
And that's what I did. So I actually created a couple of TV shows, which primarily they were just supposed to be like webisodes. There's a local cable company out in LA called Time Warner Cable,
okay.
And they were just launching the on-demand, and they wanted to use it for content. And so I gave it to them, and they liked it, and it did pretty well. And then the city picked up the shows and started airing it on all the city buses in LA, which to this day, those shows still air. So, things started picking up in that sense. And so after that, I started getting, offers to direct music videos and produce other shows and EPs and what have you. And so I just said, well, you know what, let me go ahead and start my own company. At the time, I think I was working with Tyrese or Ray J, one of those people.
Okay.
And I remember coming across, I had met Kim Kardashian's mom, Kris Jenner.
Right.
So I had met her, and she was in process of setting up Kardashian Communications, and I thought that was super cool because it meant that they did more than one thing. And so I created Lamont Pete Communications because I knew that this was going to be a company that did more than just, like television production. I knew that, I know how to create, big celebrity events, which I've done a lot of those.
Okay.
My team, they're so good at so many different types of other things. Like, I've got people that, come out of the music industry. We got people who come out of the booking world. And so, all together, I wanted to assemble this company that comprised of other individuals that really excelled at what they did in different fields.
Okay.
And so, so we've been going strong for the last 3 years. This year, 2013 has really been a blessing for us. We picked up a contract for one of Bill Clinton's charities.
Okay.
Then obviously, the Aaliyah project, so, like I said,
Let's talk a little bit about the Aaliyah project. I mean, how did because we all know she was the great artist that she was and all of that. But tell us, how that came about. What's the project about? You know, who you looking to play the lead role in that. You know what I'm saying? And just give us a little insight
Well,
on. Go ahead.
well, I had one of the clients that I have is Black Brown Records, and I've known Barry Hankerson for quite some time, and so I knew that Aaliyah's life, as celebrated as it was, I mean, she pretty much had a pretty good life.
Right.
She
No
didn't
doubt.
really have a whole lot of problems going on.
Right.
But
Right.
there's so many other things that were layered around her life that Barry would share with us. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's like, wow, nobody knew this, and you really didn't know that. And so, amazingly enough, the story of Aaliyah told to Barry Hankerson gave it so much depth and just so much like back history. It's much more than just, hey, Aaliyah and her journey and what have you, but it's the journey of her uncle, the relationship between them two,
Right.
His relationship with Gladys Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so rich with so many different things, and it's a real dramatic treatment so far. As far as people that we see as far as playing Aaliyah, I think that will probably be a nationwide search.
Right.
We had conversations with people like Terrence Howard,
Okay.
Hill Harper. We've got a lot of actors in the Hollywood community that are very excited about seeing this come to fruition, because it's a difficult path because it's got a lot of emotions behind it.
Right. No doubt.
She had a very, she shared a lot of great things with the world, and for me, I want that story to be told.
Okay.
And we're doing it in a way where we want everyone included. We want everyone to be proud and happy about it, and it doesn't necessarily need to be like a battle. I don't think that that's necessary.
Right. So tell me, what's this R. Kelly story thing that you that you guys is possibly working on?
Well, the R. Kelly, we'll tell the story.
Okay.
That's all I can really add to that.
Okay.
I can't really get into it much, but there is a story to be told, and it's a lot more. It's a lot more detailed than just what people know on the surface.
No doubt. And so what's the current project that you actually working on now, that you actually pushing, that you actually want to get out there? You know what I'm saying, for all the listeners out there that may want to know exactly what you're pushing right now and actually what you're working on right now.
I'm working with a charity called Unite for Good.
Okay.
And that's the charity that Bill Clinton, the Russian billionaire Andrew Malakoff, and actor Blair Underwood are all partners on. We're launching a 30-city tour. The first one starts in Miami on January 20th with Flow Rider. And these are not just charity events; these are charity concerts.
Right.
We've got the biggest stars in music that's going to be a part of this. When we get up in we're doing one in Richmond, California on the February 8th,
Okay.
where we have Miguel, Mindless Behavior, Mario Lopez hosting, and then LA we've got Alicia Keys, Lenny Kravitz, Sylvester Stallone. So this is a really, really big deal. So we're going to be in 30 cities across the country, and this is just a really, really, really exciting event that we're seeing happening this year.
It sounds like you're doing big things and you're giving back to the community, which is really.
Oh man, I love it.
Which is really a beautiful.
The kids, so,
right,
which is real happy about it.
No doubt. So, hey, Lamont, we appreciate you coming out, and spending your time with us and sharing these things with us. And we definitely gonna stay in contact. And if there's anything that we can do to help out, or vice versa, don't hesitate to call us. We definitely put you out there, put what you're doing out there. We got the magazine, we're doing all these different type of things. So don't hesitate.
I'll be in Sister to Sister magazine for next month's article. So check that out.
Okay.
And then just go to my website, which is LamontPeteCommunications.com
Cool.
for everything that we're doing.
Cool. And now before we go, I want you to do one more thing. I want to give you the opportunity to shout out and plug everything and everybody that's helped you get to the point to where you are today.
Oh man, let me see. There's Toy Jones, my publicist from Toy Box PR. Her and her partner Ace. Jamie Foster Brown, Sister to Sister Magazine. Marilyn Gill, she's the executive producer over at BET. She's my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Sonia Norwood. I know you guys, whatever y'all think about her, that's my other mama. I love her to death. So Billy Moss, my partner, Ashley Garrett, Lawrence Bowden, Amani Walker. I mean, I could just go on and on.
Wow.
You know, this is some great people that's really helping us move forward.
No question. Hey, Lamont Pete, I appreciate you coming out, man, and I just want to say, man, may you always be blessed in the things that you do, man, and may you prosper in everything that you do. You heard?
So much. And y'all follow me on Twitter, man. Lamont Pete.
We definitely will.
I need some more Twitter followers.
Hey, Lamont, you have a great day, baby. Peace.